Well, hello there. My name is Sometimes Heather and I play Elder Scrolls Online. Last time, I showed you my Plaguebringer, and today, as I failed at time management and had 2 hours to make a video, I thought I'd share with you 4 things I love about scribing and 3 things I'm not that crazy about. Let's get started with the negatives. First thing I don't much care for is the long, repetitive questline you need to complete in order to unlock every aspect of scribing. The concept of accidentally breaking an entire magical system and then needing to mend it all is kinda cool, but I wish game devs would have put a little more effort to the individual quests in each wing. Having to complete the same tasks 5 times in a row isn't that much fun, and serves to flatten the entire experience of scribing. It took me a long time to finish the quests, and to be honest, I remember little of the story. Second thing I don't really like are the limitations in scribing. When making my Plaguebringer, I got a bit annoyed with how juicy disease damage is. I found exactly 2 skills that accept disease, and neither was perfect for what I had in mind. Luckily, Trample turned out a lot of fun, but I was hoping to slap disease damage on something other than an assault skill. And last, the assortment of skills we can scribe. Though the amount of combinations we can come up with is pretty large, base skills are not that many. Every time I go to the scribing altar, I find myself looking for a bolt of magic damage, something we can toss away to alter my vampire abilities, but none of that is available. I'm under the impression that more skills will be added to scribing in the future, but I'm impatient and I want everything now. I've had a lot of fun with scribing, and now that the initial wow is fading, I need a dopamine boost. And then, to boost that dopamine, the good things, the things that made me happy and turned my thoughts to cheese. First, the happy surprise of realizing that grinding for focus, signatures and affix is actually not that hard. These things can be found lying around in mages guilds. They drop from daily reward coffers and can even be bought with gold and archival fortunes. And the duplicates that drop so often can be consumed by your old characters. I also like it that we don't need to pay a lot of gold to buy skills and such for our alts. The second thing I really like is how much fun scribing actually is, and that we don't need to level up our newly made abilities. All you need is to open the altar, test and combine until you're utterly overjoyed, and create an ability that's all ready to be used on unsuspecting enemies or friends in need of assistance. And if you don't yet have access to all signatures, focus and affix, you can test possible combinations offline. Alcast has made an excellent resource that allows us to try out possible combinations. I use that all the time and could not be happier. The third thing that has made me happy recently is that luminous ink, the currency we need to scribe, isn't actually all that hard to hoard. When scribing first arrived to us, half the internet was understandably upset because gathering ink seemed like a huge and expensive task due to rarity and low drop rates. I was pleased to notice that though ink drops rarely, it is relatively easy to get more than you need. You can find ink from treasure chests and thieves' troves. It drops from resource nodes. Even fallen enemies sometimes give you some. And since ink isn't as rare as we originally feared, buying it from guild traders won't bankrupt you. And the last thing that made me smile was how scribing both feeds my sense of accomplishment and adds variety to my builds. I go for heavy immersion when playing ESO. I like to test sets that aren't very popular. I enjoy playing as a stage 4 vampire, and lore is the most important part of the game for me. Scribing allows me to add to both immersion and lore. It gives me a chance to push my builds to levels of weirdness no one has ever seen before. Merely the fact that scribing made playing as a necromancer fun again is totally worth the grind, and I can't wait to see what game devs do to this new area of ESO next. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Next time, we'll return to my Plaguebringer. I will give her 2 weapons. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later.